Hi everyone, I'm back again with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to paraphrase and cite your sources. But I just want to give you a little background about why I opened up my channel. So I opened up my channel because I was getting pulled from different directions. I had friends reaching out to me. They needed help with this, with that. And I just felt very stretched thin. You know, there's only so much of ourselves that we can give to someone else. And at the end of the day, I saw myself that if I were to share information and share the knowledge that I have with others, and they would benefit from it greatly. So, and what better way to do that than through a YouTube channel? So that's where my idea of creating my channel came from. And basically, I hope that I get to help as many people as I possibly can. That's basically my main goal, to reach a diverse audience who is looking for something, whether it be research related, thesis paper related, teaching related, learning related. I'm hoping that this channel will be a safe haven for them where they can come, gather ideas, learn, and grow. So let's get started. So basically, the question of on this website is, how do I cite paraphrase information in APA style in text, not on website or online sources, only in text. Now I'm at the snhu.edu website, and I'm going to show you examples that were created by Jennifer Harris. I just cited my source. I told you which website I'm on. I told you the name of my author. So if for any reason we get disconnected, you can always go to the snhu.edu website and type Jennifer Harris's name, and I'm sure you will find this page. Let's move on. So note, this FAQ has been updated to the 7th edition. So I am not familiar with the 7th APA edition. I have done my thesis, my graduate work, and all of those things using the 6th APA edition. And so my professors accepted it, and a lot of professors will accept the older editions, and they don't, in case there's really minor differences in the newer editions and things like that. But you have to really understand your professor, have that understanding with them, and see if they're going to accept it or not before you try something. Moving on. When you paraphrase, you use your own words. This is usually preferable to direct quotes because the information is written in your own style. Now, keep in mind, just because you want to make something your own style does not mean that you change what the author's point of view is. You don't change what the author is trying to say. You stick to the point of the author, but you cite your source. You give credit to your author. But you must be careful not to change the meaning. When paraphrasing, you must still acknowledge where you got the idea from by including a parenthetical citation. And we'll look at those examples below in a little bit. When citing paraphrased information, APA requires you to include the author and date. It is also recommended, but not required, that you include the page number. The format of the page number depends on if the information is on a single page or range of pages. The page number format looks like this. If you have a single page number, it looks like P, lowercase p, period 43. That means page number 43. Narrative citation example. A narrative citation example is basically used when you are citing your source in the beginning of your paragraph or sentence or statement that you are borrowing or taking from someone else. So if you are using Thompson's idea, then you want to cite this person in the beginning of your paragraph, you would basically use the narrative citation example. Towards the end of your statement, you would then give the page number credit. This way, your reader can refer to that page if they need further information. Parenthetical citation example looks like this. It comes at the end of your statement that you borrowed from the author. It will look like Thompson, comma, 2014, comma, P period 25. The last name of the author, the year of publication, and the page number in a lowercase p. Now, page range. If you are using a multiple set of pages, you will cite using this format, narrative citation example. All you are going to change is the PP period, and you're going to give your page range. So here it's PP period 29-32. Here it's PP period 11-17, and they're just citing a range of pages. That means your reader can refer to those pages if they need to look for further information. Parenthetical citation example looks like this. Again, like I said, it will come at the end of your complete paragraph or sentence or statement that you took from Thompson's page or someone else's page. And it will look like this. Thompson, 2014, PP dot 19-21. You are just citing your, giving credit to your author, stating the year of publication, and giving the range of pages. Here you are just citing using a single page number. Let's look at some examples now. I'm going to keep this little bar up here so we can refer to it back and forth. Examples of citing paraphrased information at the beginning of a sentence. A review, Selby et al., 2017, identified several laws pertaining to cancer research in the UK that might be affected because of Brexit. This is paraphrased information citation being used at the beginning. Patafio et al. 2016 investigated the relationship between cancer research funding and cancer research output and found that research output is not well correlated with the public health burden of individual cancers that was measured by mortality rates. And you will see some errors here and there. Sometimes these things happen, typos happen. So again, this citation is being marked at the beginning. And this is called a, you've guessed right, narrative citation example. The authors, Linkist and Newman, argue that security and privacy are crucial in the Internet of Things, or IoT, because if future attacks are successful, they can cause widespread destruction and even cost lives. Again, this is being citation that is used at the beginning. Now, here I would take it a step further. They just listed the authors. I would come to the end. I would list the authors again. I would list the date of publication and list the page numbers to be on the safe side. I'm always afraid of plagiarizing, so I recommend that all of us be on the safe side. Bernard, 2011, argues that Henry VIII's Catholicism was more than just Catholicism without the Pope. So Bernard mentioned this, we have to give Bernard credit, and we did. Let's cite the page number to be on the safe side. Examples of citing paraphrased information in the middle of a sentence. Surgery is considered a last resort in the treatment of plantar fasciitis. Owens, 2017, argues. In the middle, towards the end of the sentence, here it is. Strength training as treatment for plantar fasciitis. According to Huffer et al., 2017, et al. Basically means that there's Huffer and other authors. It's not just Huffer himself or herself. Does not contribute to the improved function and pain relief. Middle of the sentence citation, as you can see right here. If you want to give a page number at the end, you can, to be on the safe side. Like I said, always be on the safe side. Many physical therapists use ultrasound therapy as treatment. However, numerous studies highlighted in the review published by Snake and Redwan 2015 show that therapy does not have any effect on the condition. Again, citation in the middle, you can also add a page number to be on the safe side. And I cannot stress it enough, let's be on the safe side. There are multiple types of cyberbullying. Elasam and Samara 2016. This is citation or examples of citing paraphrased information that happens at the end of a sentence. And this is called the parenthetical citation example right here. This is my favorite. What I like to do is basically I will mention the author's name here in the beginning. I will say Elasam and Samara mention in their paper, and I would probably give the title of the paper. And if you don't need to give the title, you don't have to, but you can definitely mention them in the beginning and say that Elasam and Samara stated there are multiple types of cyberbullying. Then you can give a quotation from their paper by adding quotation marks, which can be found right to the, next to your enter key on your keyboard to the left hand side. So you start the quotation from where you are borrowing exactly what they said, and you end the quotation when you are done borrowing from exactly where they said and where your borrowing has ended. That's where you would end quotation. If you take direct quotes from someone, please use quotation marks in the beginning and end. And to be on the safe side, name the author's name in the beginning and then also give them the citation in the end. And if the page number is available, the page number as well. A significant amount of youth's social interaction takes place through technology, and children as young as 10 have access to mobile devices. So Williford and DePaulis 2016 mentioned this. Again, you will not be incorrect if you say Williford and DePaulis mentioned that there is a significant amount of youth social interaction that takes place through technology, and children as young as 10 have access to mobile devices. Then you can also cite it right here at the end. I'm not going to say that it's overdoing. I'm just going to say that that's the way I did it, and it was okay with my professors. I recommend this way. I definitely recommend this way. Use the author's name in the beginning, cite at the end. The authors found that undergraduate students are afraid to report cyberbullying. This is Watts et al. Watts did not write it by himself. He has other authors who helped him. 2017, page number 273. Notice after et al. There's a period and a comma. So after the author's name, there's a period and a comma. In the APA 7th edition, there's the publication year and comma, and then page number in lowercase p, period, and then the page number and parentheses and period. We have to keep those things in mind. This is the APA 7th edition. Here are some examples to use when you're citing your sources in APA style. Notice that the first line does not get indented. You start indenting from the second line. This is called a hanging indent. I will show you now how to get a hanging indent. You just come here in the search bar and type how to use a hanging indent. Now, if you have I don't know what type of computer you have, so you would just then look it up for the type of device that you have, for Windows, for Chromebook, for Macs. They will tell you. This is called a hanging indent because the first line is not indented, but the second line is. So that's something to keep in mind. Do not indent the first line. Second line is indented. Do not indent the first line, and here's no second line anyway. Here's no second line anyway. Here again, do not indent the first line. The second line is indented. Here you can see that this is from the publication of the American Psychological Association, and they listed the 7th edition. This is the journal. It's a journal, so this is a good idea of how to cite a journal. This looks like a book. Okay, this is also a book, I believe. This looks like it is a website. So this is how you would exactly cite your website. This is an example of citing your website, citing your journal, citing books. So here you have all of your examples for citing for your research. And usually when we're conducting research, we're getting information from journals, from books, and from websites. So right here definitely is something that you can look at to help you when it comes time to do your own research or thesis paper. So here is also another, I believe this is a website right here. Here is another journal for nurse practitioners. This is how you cite a journal. Now, keep in mind, you do not cite the journal the same way you cite the online website. So those things you have to keep in mind. And that's why these examples are going to be very, very helpful. So please feel free to rewind, pause, watch again, and just come back and refer to this video to help you as much as you can. Because this video, if you do things the way I tell you and you cite the way I tell you, you will be smooth sailing. Everything will be great. So this is a website, by the way. Okay, and then, oh no, this is a journal. How do I know that? Because this is how we cite journals right here. This is, I think, the volume and edition number or something like that. But this is a journal, by the way, citation. This is a journal citation again. This is, and the doi.org is basically, that's how they store their journals. So that's how I know. Journal example, citation example. Journal citation example. This is not an online archive journal. Journal citation example. Journal citation example. Journal, sorry, this is a website, I believe. No, this is another journal because I can tell right here. And this is also, so most of these are basically journals and websites. So please feel free to use these examples. So that's one site that I just used. This is the snhu.edu website. Now there's probably millions of websites that are showing you how to do APA 7th edition. Today I'm only going to cover 3. The next website that I'm going to go to is purdue.edu, owl.purdue.edu. Great source for many, many things. But today we will only cover the citations. So here in Purdue, I just want to show you, you can basically select what you like, website, book, journal, put in the website address and cite. It will help you cite it. Once you click this link, it will take you to this page right here. And as this page is loading, I'm going to basically tell you that it's going to help you to get more information from you so it can try to complete your citation completely. So that is one source that you have at your disposal. Now I'm going to go to another site for you. It's called the EasyBib APA Citations Guide. Now I'm going to link all 3 websites in the description bar, and I would like for you to read through this. It shows you step by step what to do if you have right here, why were APA citations created and why did my teacher ask me to use this style? Sometimes it's frustrating and you want to know the answer. They're telling you right here. References versus citation. What's the difference? Well, references and citations are 2 terms that are thrown around a lot and quite often mean the same thing. A reference or citation shows the reader that a piece of information originated somewhere else, elsewhere. But along came APA and decided to throw a curveball at us. In APA, the 2 terms have 2 different meanings. So those are just some things that you have to be mindful of. And basically, just focus on how to cite, the style of citing for a basically an APA style citation is found in the actual writing of an APA research paper. So right here, this is an actual citing from an APA research paper. And this is one of the examples we learned in the snhu.edu website. This is the parenthetical citation example. Right here, they're citing basically right here it is, I think it's an online book that they're citing. So this might come in handy on how to cite your website information. Keep that in mind. These websites are designed to help the researcher complete their paper, and step by step there are so many information that is so useful basically. What to do if you have 1 author, what to do if you have 2 authors, what to do if you have 3 to 20 authors. There's an example. Please keep that in mind. Be mindful of these examples. This is a journal, by the way. I know that because of this. And it tells you right here, Miss Oxford. Sorry, historical studies. Yeah, right here. Historical studies in science and Judaism. And then they give you an online website reference as well, right here. What to do if you have 21 and more authors? Right here, they're telling you exactly what to do. And the date of publication, you have to write down the date of the source was published in the next item shown in a reference. It's directly after the author's name. So right after the author's name, you have to put the date of publication. So that's something that the website is telling you, giving you an example. First, they're telling you, they're giving you an example, and they're exactly showing you what you should do. So right away, great example. Keep these things in mind, and focus on getting it right and just doing it the first time, because sometimes the professors are so nitty gritty that if you don't get it right the first time, they're going to make you do it again. So, which letters are capitalized? Look how thorough this is. I mean, wow. Uh, just a great, great, great source for citations and references. There's 3 sites that I just showed you. There's a gazillion more. snhu.edu, purdue.edu, and easybib.com. And I will link it in my description bar. I hope this video was helpful. I know it is very long, but it is useful. I believe it is very useful. I hope that it gets the job done for anybody that's watching. And I wish all of you good luck with your future endeavors, whether it is completing your thesis and getting your degree, or just conducting a research paper, a term paper, a final paper, whatever it is that you are doing. Best of luck to all of you, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.